Hey, Internet, we are back! Oh, the others aren't back. Oh no.
Mia again.
I unpaused right when you were saying Mia again. But yeah, we do get to see Mia again. It is nice.
It is Mia again.
Alright. I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious. After hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Do you mind telling me more about what you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne were up to? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave me this the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this."
Oh, she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dolly is present, borrowed from Phoenix Wright. He shows it to everyone. He shows everything to everyone. Anyways. After that, you and Miss Hawthorne start dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always saying the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dolly Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't have to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was, but how'd you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? See. Murder in the... Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see that. I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases. Am I correct?
Newspaper clipping added to the court record. Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed this time, since the victim is said to have been a lawyer. Police are questioning the 19-year-old college student who was sitting with the victim. Oh, fuck! I need to finish this myself.
Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Oh. I could have just gone to this save point before ending the last episode, huh?
Yeah, but how would you have known?
April 11, 12:13 p.m. District Court number 12. Bonk. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Oh my gosh, she's so precious. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Okay, who's voicing Dahlia? Oh, you want to do it, Quack?
Yeah,
Cool, go ahead. Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation?
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No! The honor is mine! I am the honor! You will call me your honor because it is my honor. Well. Oh! I guess we know whose milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. They put that in a... They put that line in a GBA game? Were you allowed to do that back then?
Is better than yours.
Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes, I can see why you'd say that. She's gonna be a tough one, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap all of them around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth.
But I would never.
That's more than enough. Yeah. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
You haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey.
Ellipses.
Oh, what's this? So, you two are acquainted?
Yes. Actually, we've met once before.
Ellipsis.
Bonk. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is yours.
It's good to see you again, Madame Fey.
Madam, I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? I mean, we joke, but there's some characters who do that. So who's this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So what were Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Fay.
Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Please go on. What did you see next? Are you saying the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that correct?
I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie.
If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. But they clearly said that fingerprints were on the jacket. Why can't I cite the jacket? I'll leave it alone for now. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you?
I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me.
You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. Again, what? Okay, so why is it that all the women attorneys have like ranks in brawl and weaponry?
I went to go and find some other students.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do. But in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on.
The students knew what was going on. Elaborate.
Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something.
Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So, did the students call the police?
Yes, I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep enough to find the contradiction on this one. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never!
Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. Bonk. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try and cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Why is it that everyone in this series can just get away with just lying under oath constantly? And no one cares. So you didn't see the moment?
Well, I saw the moment when Ducky fell to the ground.
And at the time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow.
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
So then, what did it look like when they were? What did it look like they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation.
Oh, give me a break.
That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Does this evidence establish that the defendant is lying? Don't ask me, you're the one who's supposed to know. Oh, sorry. This is all kind of new to me. Well, I've done something new for you, too! A new penalty! Objection denied. You understand why I attempted that, right?
You're sticking to the umbrella whack theory?
Yeah, well, more that
Oh,
if
and there
he
was a snapping sound?
If he,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me.
Hmm. That's nice, but I find it just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh? That must have been frightening.
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Wait a second, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. Bonk. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness testimony. What do you mean? Did you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes. What about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? I must admit, the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? Bonk. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Bonk, bonk, bonk. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't... Boing.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Ms. Fay.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne. Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit.
Actually, it's pronounced affidavit. Affidavit.
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Wow. Entire farm's ecology.
All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage miscarriage occurred at approximately 3 o'clock p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I suppose they'll have to have them replaced in the immediate future instead.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Student's testimony added to the court record. However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Fay, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor, if I don't like how this is looking one bit, I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Bonk. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the electrical cable to break? An impact.
Your Honor. Ah, that was one of your best lines yet.
Bonk.
Did you just say your attorney badge snapped the cable?
I hit it on accident.
Okay.
I believe Mr. Grossberg did it.
Oh, my hemorrhoids.
I believe you did. No. He has a little too much confidence.
Well, Your Honor.
Bonk. I would give you infinite chances because reasons. Did Phoenix Wright do it? Okay. Your Honor, think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a large snap noise. Now, this happened at 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds about right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in with Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it wasn't Christmas.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to become electrocuted.
Objection!
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order in the court. Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. Have I longed to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way that offended...
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors.
The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Bonk. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. What I Witnessed, Part 2. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeney.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge,
Yes?
would you please forgive little old me?
Bonk. Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury. Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark ally is friendlier than that girl. Wow. Game just decided I get an achievement for that. It's just like, hey, here's an achievement for an irrelevant detail. Ooh. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
I know he doesn't look it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Oh, really?
But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Then Dougie tried his best to...
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold?
Miss Fay, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wished the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
Feeny caught...
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no, there weren't.
Madam Fay, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully?
Huh?
I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Cable snapping and...
Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
Boing, boing,
That's understandable.
boing. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. It was...
Objection!
That's enough, witness.
Afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this photograph?
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Fay. My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah!
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Doug Swallow. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Order!
This is nonsense! The real murderer?
Objection!
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. Miss Fay, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Fay. Bonk. Now then, Miss Fay, let's have it. Who is the real killer? It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne.
How can you... The defense is grasping at straws.
Bonk. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Order, Miss Fay. What? Why? That is to say... Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madam Fay? I didn't do anything.
Bonk. Miss Fay, this is a very serious charge you are... Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. You? What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the... Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. No, leave my Dolly alone. Bruh is simping so hard.
That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Police report. A report on the incident 8 months ago. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
You'd better take a good look at it. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Bonk. Now then, the defense made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, that is,
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead.
Sam?
Madam Fay, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
told you that you should let me handle this.
Weep.
Sorry. Please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
Oh, it's the canary voice. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. I must.
I don't know what you're talking about, Scrap.
You're giving Dahlia your canary voice.
Whatever could you mean by that?
Canary Dramaturgia.
Famed lawful character who has never done anything wrong.
Okay, incident overview. District Courthouse Cafeteria, blah blah blah. Diego Armando. Occupation lawyer. Ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Poison was found in his coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or the person. It is unclear if the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Eight months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally met. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? About what? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Bonk. Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Bonk. Very well, then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne.
See why she broke out into a fit of violence whenever she came up.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her!
So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow?
Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself.
No, don't. Look at me! I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Oh. Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
What?
It's like we were destined.
The courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
What? Yes, what was a literature student doing in a reading room, I wonder? Miss Faye, I'm warning you. This has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case. I have to remember, the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. Mia, if the judge gets any angrier, you'll lose the whole case. I'll just have to hold my tongue for the time being.
Moment we...
So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat.
Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeney is handsome.
Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen.
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked.
He's telling the truth, you know. I was well and truly shocked.
Beautiful mushroom, growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Feeney. We've been going out ever...
Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow?
No, none at all. We parted on very good terms.
But that can't be!
Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup.
Huh, are you sure?
Yes, it seems they both wanted it that way.
So the victim wanted to break up with her? So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you?
Well, you see... Well, you see...
What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I've never once considered leaving my wife. No one cares, Mr. Payne. She didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature.
Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony.
I first met my darling Feeney 8 months ago.
Did you now?
It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room.
Reading room?
The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. It's like we were destined to meet in...
Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. please ask her to continue on with her testimony? Very well, young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases your honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing.
You were writing a paper on what?
On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld.
Oh. That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff. Sorry, I have a zit on my lip or something. It's driving me crazy. I'm trying to tear it open with a knife.
Why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you?
No, I just wanted to see what she would say.
I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully.
Well, Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay?
8 months ago. 8 short months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
May I see it?
Yes. The incident in which an attorney was poisoned.
Ellipsis.
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes. The sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order, this is unbelievable. Miss Fay, that's not... Oh, right, this is your line, Quack.
Miss Fay, that's not fair! Winston.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Expressed some interest.
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
Why does he keep mentioning hemorrhoids? The poisoning.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So, you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I am terribly sorry, Mr. Payne. But I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
What? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Ha ha! Mia! You're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence! Absolutely smashing!
The poisoning.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison, so you see, I'm innocent. So from what I heard, I left my seat, I let the
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up with when I was younger.
Why don't you tell us what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case!
Objection sustained. The defense's question stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly! I'll protect you! You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please.
Those two are really making me ill, although for decidedly different reasons.
I left my seat for just a... From what I heard, I left my seat.
From what you heard, you left your seat?
I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes?
And where were you during that stretch of time, using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Fay? Girls don't poop! Toilet? Well, you can't say I didn't call it. I just...
Cold shot.
You heard the defendant, Miss Fay. Better luck next time.
Oh, Feeny. Please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time.
Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony.
From what I heard,
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Let me see. My bottle of eye drops says it's 1/2 fluid ounce, which equal to 3 teaspoons. So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that,
A special kind of poison? How so?
well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh. And where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite pharmacological. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that?
So, you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
No one could show you how you could have gotten the poison.
I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Fay.
Boing.
She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Ms. Fay's questions.
So, in essence, the main reason Ms. Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
Then all we have to do is establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now just how did a lit what?
Literature.
Literature.
Oh, I wasn't registering that as an abbreviation. I was registering that as a complete sentence. How did a
Yeah,
lit?
she's gonna fucking blaze it. Those butterflies are going up in flames.
How did a lit student get a hold of poison? Of all things, ellipses, interrogative. Bonk. You wouldn't know how to get this kind of poison? I don't believe you.
What?
In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
At some cushy Ivy League school. In fact...
Try University of Texas.
with equipment. The culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison.
Ellipsis!
Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. Bonk. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table, you.
No!
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Or... could it be?
It's nothing but a baseless...
May I say something, Madam Faye?
No.
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that is also true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Bonk. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She's gonna be good with that. Bonk. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye.
Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
Oh, it's the necklace. He shows it to everyone, and now so will I. Bonk. You were forced to get rid of the container in the hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
Why? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? Bonk. No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
Ellipsis. No! Why?
Order in the court, man. On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself!
I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me, too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone the real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... It's one of these two. Obviously, it's to keep you quiet. Naturally, it's to keep you quiet. What? To keep me quiet? Keep me quiet about what? Well, it's about the necklace. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, said yourself.
What a strange girl asking for a present like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Herp, derp, 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 derp. Mia, are you alright? Ah, the defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry, after him.
Mia! Mia, are you all right?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
No! Wait.
That's my line!
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone!
What? That's terrible!
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he smashed into me.
Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now?
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of the court. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do to the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what? You ate it. It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. Ugh. Ah! What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly, that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
There, it's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Ms. Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything? Fuck. Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up... Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow, that girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, this is... The defendant is...
Miss Fay, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago, too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Fuck. Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Fay? Fuck. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance to think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wants to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? It's obviously Phoenix. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Phoenix Wright. Me? That's Oh wait, this is Quack's line.
Arrest. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered!
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why? Why would she go far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. There was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true.
Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman count on you for anything?
She's showing her true colors at last.
I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Oof. Miss Hawthorne. It appears we're nearing the end of this trial.
Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne.
We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack.
Irk. Well,
Hey! Old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
oh man, she really has. This really is the canary Dramaturgia. Miss Hawthorne, what happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge?
Nah.
With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
Bonk. I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia! If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price? You'd be afraid to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. No.
You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Miss Gray.
Bonk. Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. To be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Bonk. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly!
Stupid woman.
Bonk. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one. If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down to Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor.
I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar.
She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence. It's the cold bottle drugs. Bonk. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Bonk. Then she poisoned it knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're
really grasping at straws! After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine!
I would like to court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden. The poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had actually run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Phoenix Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't... Oh, already. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. On top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow.
Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
Objection!
Bonk. I wonder which of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us! I dare you to take some of this medicine right now.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey!
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours.
For the time being.
Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it.
Huh?
Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Okay.
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
Whew. It's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this! The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne! And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said...
There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Ms. Hawthorne, with my very life.
So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
Well,
Objection!
you see,
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman?
You should kill yourself now.
Yeah! My hair's flying off! My beautiful hair! No!
Mr. Payne?
What is Rita Repulsa doing here?
About Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Fay... yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? No. Okay. Mr. Payne?
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear darling. Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Activate the obligatory confetti dispensers immediately. This court is adjourned. Get out of my house. April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you think you could stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking... Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, the fake or something? This poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right, that's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But, out of all of my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Well, you know... you know... small child, slightly bigger child, and Larry. So... Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Fay? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off, I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia had passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought I would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Turnabout Memories. The end.
Yeah.
A brand new episode has been added. And And I think that's enough for one night, to be honest.
Yeah, like that. They did not pull their punches on the tutorial case.
Yeah, this one was like 3 hours long almost.
You see why every time in the previous in the other games I was always like, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Well, you all should definitely do that.
All right. I'm gonna do a quick once over to make sure the audio recorded right. They should, because we did the sound test earlier. But and
It's already broken.
it might be. You never know. But yeah, I'll probably throw these up tonight. And
But you get now why, like, every time you called a character Domne, I was like, well.
So this is Domne. And she's probably going to appear in the finale. I'm almost positive that she's going to show up again in the finale, but we will see when we get to it. Good night, everybody.